Force One with President Bush on 9/11 in a remarkable moment. And Ann, I mean, it's just great to have you here tonight. I thought about you immediately when this story broke yesterday. When you hear the president confirming this, and that this did happen, as you heard his comments just there, and you think back on that day on 9/11, what goes through your mind?
Well, two things. One, how long did they have to put this threat into some kind of protective mode? It seems maybe even when the big Qatari plane left early, for whatever reason, to get it out of the way, maybe before any assassin could get his act together, the idea of changing planes, I don't know. I think it's rather brilliant to have gotten him through the plane and out through the catering truck. But on 9/11, because that happened so abruptly, so bluntly, but the president wasn't the target. It was buildings. It was within the first hour and a half on 9/11, there were 3,000 civilian casualties, innocent civilians, dead in the ruins in New York, the Pentagon, and in Shanksville.
And you know, I thought about you yesterday because in Garrett Graff's book, he talks about what happened. And there was a point where Ari Fleischer came back on the plane to the press cabin and said, quote, "This is off the record, but the president is being evacuated." And you told him a line that I love. You said, "You can't put that off the record because that's a historic and chilling fact. That has to be on the record." And your argument was, you know, this is part of history in terms of where the president was and what he is doing on this day.
However, Ari knew that we were on an aircraft where my little Motorola flip phone did not have any connection. There was no way I could have reported that or shared it with the other media. But it did become part of the whole narrative because even as the president took off from the refueling stop to go to the underground bunker in Omaha, I watched the little clocks on Air Force One under the TV screen, and the little clocks say the time in Washington, the time locally, and the time in the destination. Local was 1:36 p.m. Washington was 1:36 p.m. The destination was 12:36 p.m. He was being evacuated, and based on that, I had no trouble reporting it.